Audio Jungle.
President Muhammadu Buhari has said that Nigeria of today is safer than the way he met it in 2015. Of course, this is generating diverse stories on today's papers, and this is what we'll be talking on today's edition of Bystanders at Instance. Of course, we have this day and the Punch newspaper on stories that are trending. Okay, the major headline, it reads, Nigeria is better than I met it, says Muhammadu Buhari. Nigeria is better than I met it, says President Muhammadu Buhari. Your performance below average, insists PDP. Afenifere, your performance is below average. PDP kicks. Governors move to take over COVID-19 vaccines distribution. Meet Wednesday. Governors move to take over COVID-19 vaccines distribution. Meet Wednesday. Say experience of polio eradication will be useful. Urge Buhari to persuade traditional rulers to back vaccination. No harm must befall Kuka. Can warns. No harm must befall Bishop Kuka. Can warns. Quickly to the top of the paper. 96 firms bid for rehabilitation of NNPC pipelines depots. On to the next one, the Punch newspaper. Very, very interesting one here. Northern Elders Kuka Obi orders one of another civil war. Northern Elders Kuka Obi orders one of another civil war. Let's quickly see what Peter Obi said here. These vehicles of the Nigerian states are being driven by mole drivers across the country, and that is why you have too many accidents. Wow, this is a very, very good one here. Okay, Baba Ahmed is saying something too. This nation has never been worse than it is, not even during the Civil War. I'm sorry for those who felt Civil War was the worst disaster. It wasn't. Today is the worst disaster we are living in. That's what Baba Ahmed has said out on today's edition of this program on the front page of the Punch newspaper. Quickly to the pictures on the front page of the Punch. Police bust Ogun. Drug syndicates recover 10 million naira at drugs. Police bust Ogun drug syndicate, recover 10 million naira at drugs. And quickly to another story, which is the last story we'll be reading to you viewers. Federal government bans overcrowding assemblies. Orders at schools resume Monday. Federal government bans overcrowding assemblies. Orders at schools resume on Monday. And these are the stories we have on the front pages of these journals. Quickly to our reviewers for more talks. I'll be right back.
I work with Evertop Properties Limited, a real estate development and marketing company. And in year 2020, which is the end of the year, we are running a promo. We call it end of the year promo, New Year and Christmas promo, where we are giving out a special discount for a special people. When we are giving a special gift for a special client. Now, Evertop Properties Limited, we are saying that you can pay 25,000 naira initial deposit and journey to a new year, new home just began. At Evertop Properties Limited, we don't just sell property, we sell peace of mind. Evertop, creating value. Use promo code FLIPTV and enjoy special gift and special discount for Xmas promo with Evertop Properties Limited. Thank you.
A statement from the president. He said Nigeria is safer now than 2015. Now, in what way would you say the president has performed and that have given him that impetus to come out openly to say that his administration has performed well?
Well, I laugh again, you know. Sometimes Nigeria never stop surprising me, because I know very well in Nigeria that everything is all about comedy and drama. That's what we hear every day in Nigerian politics. When you want to hear from your government, either you hear comedy or you hear drama. All right, ladies and gentlemen, your president is talking this morning. He said, as of now, he feels that Nigeria is safe now than before. But anyway, if not for one thing, I would have said your Mr. President is a stupid man. But anyway, let me just keep it to myself. I would have said so, but let me keep it to myself. Because how will you not tell me that Nigeria is more safer now? Are you mad? Are you stupid? Can't you see what is happening in Nigeria? And you are saying Nigeria is more safer now? Who are the people that are more safer in Nigerians? Is it you and me? Rate of kidnapping has increased. Rate of armed robbery has increased. Rate of what do I call it? Kidnappers. And now you are coming to tell me that Nigeria is a little bit better. Then that your president must be mad. I don't know why. What is wrong with us in this country? You see, oftentimes I hear my president talk. He wants to come out and say something. If you don't hear your president say, he will say Nigeria is a little better now. It was not better once, but it's better now. This is a confused guy. He doesn't know what to say again. He doesn't even know how to rule Nigeria. The problem is we Nigerians. I was saying it before your president. How can you now watch a stark illiterate? You went to bring an illiterate. Tell the illiterate to come and continue to rule you in a country where we have so many illiterates. Then you have a problem. That's the truth. Buhari is an illiterate. What are we saying? If he's here, I will say it in front of him. God punish him. He's an illiterate. But you bring him that he should come and continue to rule Nigeria. For what? For what? When we have so many educated personnel in this country. And you are bringing illiterate to come and continue to rule Nigeria. Now the illiterate man is telling me and you now that Nigeria is a little bit far better now than when we have 2015. That is the kind of word that can come out from an illiterate like Buhari. How will you come out and tell me that Nigeria is better now when we have the rate of unemployment increasing every day? Rate of kidnappers everywhere increasing every day. They are killing people every day, increasing every day. The rate of killing in this country is higher and higher. Then one stupid idiot is coming out to tell you that he feels that something is a little bit better now. Not that the idiot doesn't know that things are not better. But what is wrong with Buhari is he's just confused. He doesn't know what to do. Listen, I used to tell people, and I want to advise Mr. President, I wish Buhari is watching this, but he will never watch it, idiot, because he doesn't want to watch something of this nature. I wish he's watching it. Sit down and tell yourself, put Nigeria back to step. What is your problem? Is it only by embezzling and by embezzling? Idiot, I heard the other day, you want to go and borrow money again. You are very stupid. You want to go and borrow money again. I mean, what can this man think? Can't you think? This your brain, is it empty or what? Which money again are you going to borrow? You went to us and those ones told him about, we don't want to give you anything, I beg. The one who don't borrow, don't do. What's your problem? We said repair Nigeria. So, back to that your question. You said, Buhari said that Nigeria is a little bit better now. It's safer than then. But I want to say it's a lie. Nigeria is tougher now. More dangerous than before. Because right now, you cannot walk freely on the streets. Right, and I want to say something. Thank God. I'm saying it not because I want to talk. Thank God for the likes of Yahoo. You see Yahoo? Thank God. Thank God for the like of Ninjabet. Thank God. Thank God for the likes of Babi Jebu. These three things, thank God. Because if not for these three things, armed robbers will be knocking at the door of me and you. We know it. But for the sake of these three things, Nigeria has no spoiled.
Thank you very much, Mr. Mike. God bless you. When I heard that news, I laughed. I laughed. You know why? It's like I told you, the man, early morning, he will sleep, we eat, tea, rice, gather to home. By the time he finish eating, he wake up. He didn't know what is going on in Nigeria at all. I don't understand. How can you be scoring yourself? We are the people that supposed to tell you that, hey, my president, you do well. Tell me the area now. my brother mine, tell me the area. Is the area of security or area of economy or area of bringing food down on common man on the table? Let me tell you, let me score the president. My name is Lucky. I will score the president. Very good. Area of condolence every day. That's number one. Area of condolence every day. Yes. We killed 10 for Bauchi today. 100 died for Kaduna, Lagos, so many states. So nobody is sleeping with 2 eyes. I score him number 1. That is 50% for that area. He can't score himself, not possible. How can he just wake up? Because Adesina will just come early morning, waking my president, Nigeria is okay, we're happy with you. Are you happy now today? Is it the bag of cement that just entered 5,000 at December? Are you happy? 2015, 2014, 2013, at least we can buy a bag of rice, 7,500. But now, how much for a bag of rice now? Are you happy? So, which area are you going to be happy since the day he resumed office? It's worse than even Trump. So the man doesn't know, he doesn't watch television. He doesn't know what Nigeria is passing through. So, sculling himself, I don't know whether it's well, that's why I say it's not a Buhari. That's why people say it's not Buhari. Buhari, according to them, Buhari, according to Carlo, I don't know, say Buhari has died. That's another Jubri. If it's Buhari, we know what Nigerians are passing through. Is it the people that Boko Haram displaying for Borno every day? How many times during Jonathan time, during Obasanjo time, how many times has they attacked the governor of Borno State? Under his watch, they have attacked Borno governor 3 times. In 2015, does that happen? They are the same people who formed Boko Haram to dislodge Jonathan out of government. Now they are in power. Under him, Fulani S-men, people cannot go to farm. Under him, NSAS. Under him, COVID-19. Second COVID-19 again. Under him. So many things. So which area now? How can this call itself? We at the home, I'm on ground, I travel every day. You can't pass Edo State. Kidnapping every day. You understand me? So how can he call himself? You see, every week he will bring one kind of drama that we will start debating on it. Yes, it's our job. We'll talk. Allow the whole world to know. So the world, we are the one giving the right news of Nigeria. Minister of Information can't give you. They will tell I rather to turn it, but we'll tell you the truth. Our president has called him COVID-19. He cannot even meet to carry big feed Nigeria. So which area now are we going to score him high? I've told you now, the highest work of this government is condolence. Every day, condolence. This one die, he die, politician die, poor man die, this and die. Do you know how many people die in a day? Let me tell you.
In terms of execution of projects?
Which project? Ibadan Expressway. When Jonathan was there, from Chagam to Ibadan, gave it to RCC. From Chagam to Lagos, gave it to Bega. Work was going on. When he came up, but instead of it to continue, he stopped it for 6 months. Today, they have not finished that Ibadan Expressway. Are you getting me? So, look at Wike. Every week, Wike Commission project. That is what we want to see. Wike invite the APC government to go and commission their project. Which have you seen the Lagos State Commission? Has they called you as a press person? Has governor of Lagos State called you, let's commission bridge or commission this road? Have you seen anyone? But look at Wike under River State. Every day he invite APC leader to commission their road. That's what we are seeing. President have not seen that one. Has President of Nigeria commissioned a big project? Has he, my brother? So what are we calling him for what? Why can't he be calling himself? Let we do that, not him. So you are the highest project now for President Buhari is condolence. Condolence, yes. 80 died, 50 they kidnapped, 300 they kidnapped, 200 they kidnapped. That can't be calling himself. I'm angry. Look can score yourself, we score you 0% to him because he's worse than even Trump. Tell me the project Nigeria is. Now school want to resume now. I don't know. I don't pray for school to resume because I don't have school fees. What are you telling me? I'm thinking to pay for three people. Yes, now school fees. The school should not resume now. But where's the money? I'm telling you the truth. This morning, my children came out and brought their bag. Bring a school uniform. When I saw it, I almost go down. Because which area now? Is it house rent? What's he talking about? All the ministers, can you tell them what project the minister will tell you? This is what I go to commission this week. But weekend, every day commission road. Is it bag of cement? December time, do you know how much a bag of cement? 5,000 naira. I go to build? No, tell me now. No, tell me which area? Which area is it telling you that? I can't be schooling itself. Is it of security? Which every state now trying to set up security? Amoteku is doing the job. They are criticizing Amoteku. Bishop Coker said something. They want to kill him. It's not because we discussed that matter 2 days ago. Yeah. Now the can is coming out and said they want to defend him. They want to back him up. Where were you those days? When the northern Muslims are making noise. But I didn't know that war to come. That's why you have to stop themselves. Allow him to speak. But you are the people, when Coker speak, they are the people who, like Mohammed, first of all, start bastardizing Coker before the northern people pick up. When they see the thing is about to cause war now, they are not saying the northern should relax. I'm telling you, I'm angry with this government. This government, you see, they are worse than even Trump. What is worse? I'm telling you the truth, they are worse. You didn't even know what will happen in Nigeria. I can't just come and say this. You score yourself. I can't be scoring yourself. Unless we talk it, we can score you because the highest score I gave you is condolence every day. So what was he talking about? I'm angry.
Now looking at the killings on daily basis in the northern region, even in the southwest, can you say the president has performed to the expectations of Nigerians that will make Nigerians score him a green card?
Good morning and good morning to all our esteemed viewers. I would for Nigeria.
Does it work that pass mark?
I said I would for Nigeria. A country that will see boomerang. A country that is at the mercy of God. Now, a sitting president that has failed in every ramification is now coming out to score himself. He should not be the one to score himself. He should let the citizens, let all citizens score him. He's not in that position to score himself. If you should ask me that, does it work the pass mark? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to answer? Does it work the pass mark? No. No. What has he done for him to marry the pass mark? Tell me, in every sector of the economy, which one has the president touched? Which sector of the economy has improved under since when Mr. President came on board? Which sector? Is it education, economy, power, healthcare, housing, transportation? Which security? Which one can we score the president 5%? Mr. President think governance is just sit down in that Aso Rock, wake up in the morning, glance at the headlines, look for Nunu, drink Nunu. Foundation will come and start telling lies. Gebashe will come and start telling lies. He think that is governance. He doesn't know that governance is beyond waking up every morning to drink tuwo and Nunu. He think, because he think that is the what archaic style of governance. The same thing he did in I think 1983. Woke up in the morning, look for tuwo, drink tuwo. Gebashebu, come here, what do you have for me today? That one will brief him of the order of the day. Foundation, what do you have for me today? They keep briefing him. It has governance. Or what use has Mr. President had? Or or see of what use has he injected into this Nigeria economy? What has he done? This is his 6th year now. What can the president tell Nigerians that, okay, in my 1st year I did this, I did that? Mr. President, to me, is a joker. He's still joking with us. Yes. Mr. President is joking with us now, because if he's not joking with us, I will just wake up in the morning and start telling us that Nigeria is safe. Is he mad? So sharing. So because I don't think Mr. Mike, see, it is high time we keep telling these people the truth. We just wake up one morning. When people on the 31st of December, just last month, 70 people were killed on Christmas Day, and one man drank tuwo early in the morning. I don't know, maybe the tuwo he drank this morning, he has some influence of alcohol inside. He just woke up and say Nigeria is safe. Oh shit, somebody can do it. They are taking us for granted. If he's not taking us for granted, he cannot come out and be saying such thing. Because even he himself knows that Nigeria is not safe.
Now, away from that, let's move down to
Mr. President.
We have CAN standing up to this occasion to condemn the dastardly acts of the Northern Elders and their words.
Yeah, Nigeria and our family.
Kuka. The threats has been coming too much, and they said no evil should befall Bishop Kukah. Now, what's your take on it? Should Kukah leave Sokoto and come to a place where he can have peace of mind?
Why would Kukah leave Sokoto? He's not Nigerian. He has the right to choose anywhere he wants to stay, live in this part of. He has the right to live anywhere in the country. Settle down. Nobody should tell him to leave Sokoto. It's like you telling one prominent, it's like you telling why to leave Abuja. Is it possible? He has a fundamental human right. Why would you tell him to leave Sokoto? And this Northerners, they are chewing more than what they can bite. It's becoming too much of them. That is an hate speech. That's an hate speech. Why would you tell a person in Nigeria, in the first place, to leave a particular region just because what? He has also his own view. Why? That is so baseless. And now, that is why most persons think that the president is what? Being partisan. No, the president still has not come out to what? Just to condemn it. He hasn't said anything. Why would any bright, sensible person ask Bishop Kukah to leave the North? Is the North owned by any group? Or is it not owned by any individual? So, just like what Bishop Kukah has said, he has the right. And then in his first, what has the president done? Is it not biased? Oh, what Bishop Kukah said, is not the truth. Is it not biased? Is it not partisan? Has he not been giving out lopsided
Appointments?
Does his appointments reflect federal character?
Is it flexible? Right?
His own appointment has not reflected Nigerian federal character. And now, you have a president that is coming out this morning to say that Nigeria is safe. Is that not stupidity?
Again, he has made it open to the public that his administration is the best. Previous administrations didn't perform up to the expectations of Nigerians. Is it true?
Mr. Mike, for me, that statement is an erroneous impression. And I have a strong belief that Mr. President is being misled. Perhaps because he's getting briefing from the service chiefs who want to stay put in those offices, and as such, they will always give him security reports that shows that they are working. Because I think ordinarily, Mr. President should look for unbiased, independent security report before he can arrive at conclusion whether his administration has performed well in terms of security. I think there are people who should know, people who are on the ground. When I look at the reaction that trade out Mr. President's speech or statement rather, you see that people on ground, they totally disagree with Mr. President. I could recall on the 22nd of December last year, the governor of Borno State, the president of Zulu, said between 2014 and 2020, as at the time he was speaking, that there have been serious security challenge on Maiduguri-Damaturu Road. That people were being killed on daily basis and it's unabated. And this is a kilometer of about 20 to 40, this is a distance of about 20 to 40 kilometers from Maiduguri. According to him, it's on record that over 270 persons have been killed within that same period. And that over 100 vehicles and properties that worth billions of naira have been damaged, destroyed. So I think Mr. President is relying on wrong information. I think the service chiefs who statutorily have the mandate to brief Mr. President on security matters are not giving him the right information because of their pecuniary interests. Because if the Mr. President gets the right information, I don't think the service chiefs will stay there beyond 24 hours. So to that extent, I think Mr. President should go beyond what the service chiefs are briefing him on the basis of security reports that emanate from their office.
Now let's leave security aside. What of other sectors
of the economy, of the country? Looking at other sectors, I don't think Nigeria is where it should be. And I don't think this government have given us what we expected from them. Because let's look at the economy, for instance. For the second time since this government came on board, we are experiencing recession. Is that a good omen? No. Quite agreed. Arguably, people will say it's because of pandemic. I'm only alluding to that fact. But what has the government done to diversify the economy to avert this trend? Because everybody knows that Nigeria is operating on a mono economy. That is not to say we do not have other areas of funding the national treasury. But the major source of our foreign earning is from crude. Mr. Mike, let me remind you this. Or let me bring it to... Because recently, I read that about between 2014 and 2019, that the direct investment that came into oil and gas sector into Africa, that runs into billions of naira, no, billions of dollars, in the neighborhood of up to more than 30 billion anyway, dollar. That the only thing Nigeria government was able to attract to Nigeria is just $3 billion out of that lot. Consider the fact that Nigeria has the largest deposit of oil and gas in Africa. So where do that take us? Let's leave that area. Which area are you looking at? Is it agriculture? You say you are diversifying into agriculture, and 4 or 5 years down the line, we have not been able to produce what we consume, and you have created artificial scarcity in terms of commodities like rice. As such, the price has skyrocketed. You shut down border, and you place people in hunger deliberately. So, which area would the government beat their chest and say they have performed? Personally, I have not seen it.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
on this note, we say goodbye to you on today's edition of this program. Join us next time. Same platform, Michael Adekunle still remains my name. Of course, behind the camera is Festus Olabukumi. You can join us on our social media and do the spread right on your screen. You can also subscribe to our sister channel, 50 Plus. You can subscribe to Flip TV. All right, viewers, you can join me on Facebook, Michael Temitayo Adekunle, M-I-C-H-E-L, Michael Temitayo Adekunle. Have a good day, everyone. Audio Jungle.